In today's puzzle and survival video, we're going to talk all about how you can get more troops into your march, otherwise known as increasing your march capacity. The more troops you have in your march, the more likely you are to win in certain parts of the game. So let's talk about all the ways that you can go and increase your march capacity in-game as a new player to the game. Whether you are 100% free to play or spending in-game, this guide will give you something to help you out. And speaking of spending to get a little bit of edge in puzzles and survival, this is a good segue to the sponsor of today's video, the Amazon Appstore. If you follow the link in the description of this video, it'll take you to a page that looks like this. This is the Amazon Appstore, where when you download it and you download puzzles and survival from the Amazon Appstore, you can save an upwards of 20% on your purchases in puzzles and survival. This is done by using Amazon coins. You buy Amazon coins at a discount. For example, at the time of this recording, I can get $100 worth of in-game currency for only 82 bucks. So I'm shelling out 82 bucks for $100 that I can go spend in-game. It's honestly kind of amazing. I personally have been using the Amazon Appstore and specifically my Amazon coins when I went to make purchases for things that I'll be talking about later in this video, such as getting Scarlet, who will, by the way, give you extra march capacity as one of her skills. So if you are spending in puzzles and survival, I would encourage you to check out the link in the description from today's sponsor, the Amazon Appstore. You download the Amazon Appstore using the link that you'll see on the screen, either to your Android device, to an emulator if you wanted, or if you have Windows 11, you can download the Amazon Appstore there as well. From there, you download puzzles and survival, you load up some Amazon coins, and then every time you make a purchase, you have the option to use your coins. It's very easy to use. Thank you again to the Amazon Appstore for sponsoring today's video. And again, using the link down below in the description does support the channel and lets them know that I sent you. So please do use that link if you're going to go get the Amazon Appstore. And if you're spending in this game, you should. Here is Scarlet, one of the heroes in-game that will increase your troop capacity. Now, if you want to see what effects every one of these heroes has, we can make our way over to the Heroes section. And Heroes is one of the extra ways that you will be going in and increasing your march capacity in this game. Specific heroes, if we go to their troop skills, will have troop size. That's the moneymaker right there. Troop size will increase the number of troops you can bring in any one of your marches that leaves your city. This hero doesn't have to be there. They just have to be in your collection with that skill unlocked. So to give another example of a hero where I just went in to go and do that is right over here. It's Eve. Eve has a troop skill, increases troop size. Now, I'll explain how you can get some of these heroes in just a minute, but the important thing is to know that some of your heroes will, in fact, have the opportunity to give you that troop size. But as an example, here's Otto. Very easy to get, but I haven't unlocked his skill over here, which gives extra troop size. So this is something that you can work on, and my recommendation to you would be to get your main team that you use for Arena to push rank also in the campaign. Those 5 heroes, take them over the 210 level threshold. The reason I say 210 is kind of the magic number is because it's going to use a lot of these books over here, and you're going to run out of these books if you go and you try to just level up all the heroes to get all the different heroes with march abilities and march capacity unlocked and to get those abilities available to you. So I would say going for march capacity in this way should be a secondary priority to first taking your team to the point where you can level them above 210. And then from here, each level is so dang expensive for anti-serum. It's going to take me forever to get to 310. So I can worry about having enough books to go past 310 when I'm a little bit closer to 310. Man, it adds a lot of books, but I'm a lot of anti-serum away. A couple other heroes of note here, if I make my way down into the collection here. This one is extremely easy to collect and apparently extremely easy to scroll right past. It's Varvara. She is also available in a really easy way and can give you, boom, troop size right over here. For those wondering where Varvara and Eve are available, it's actually in the Ruins Exchange Shop. Varvara, you use your exchange currency, and also when you reach a high enough level, you get the opportunity to pick up these first victory items that are super worth. So get all these first victory items pretty much as soon as they're available to you. They are designed to be a more rare reward, and that's where you'll pick up your Eve fragments in order to get her extra troop capacity. And she is also pretty solid in the arena. I'm like so far away, 800 levels. Anyways, long time before I'll be maxing out Eve is what I'm trying to say there. But from here, we should actually switch gears and talk about the more common way that you will level up your troop capacity, and that is in your headquarters. Every time you level up your headquarters, you are going to get, and I guess tapping the info button is the better way to do this, increase troop size and increase infirmary cap. The infirmary cap is fine. That's not really the thing I'm gunning for when I increase my HQ level. Maybe it should be, though. The thing I'm really gunning for is getting the extra troop capacity. And of course, it increases the level that you can raise all of your buildings to in your sanctuary. That is nice. And there are other highlights noted off to the side for extra things that you unlock. But once you get past level 16, I mean, you've pretty much achieved the major unlocks, it would seem, from your headquarters. Maybe there's more, but they certainly don't list them here, and I'm up to 26 at this point. So headquarters is a really important way to increase your troop capacity. I mean, they tell you right on the screen, front and center here, here's your troop capacity, and at the next level, look how much higher yours could be for the small cost of all your resources. Okay, so joking aside, there are things you can do besides your headquarters, although that's a great place to focus, and that's where I did personally for a very long time. One thing that you'll want to do is make your way into your commander section, go to your talents. And if you go to the military section, you will notice that there are some opportunities. March Cap 1 to pick up another 5,000 troops. And there is, I believe, a March Cap 2. There it is, another 5,000 troops. That's 10K in total coming from my commander talents. Now, March Cap 3, sheesh, another way. Okay, so you can get a lot of March capacity. Is there a 4? There's no 4. Now, for a short window in time, if you've gone this route of these military talents, you can also increase your March capacity by using the Mega March ability. Available once every 12 hours, I often have this off of cooldown, and I should use it more. 10% more March capacity for 30 minutes is pretty nice. So for events where you're trying to score points, and you got to have more troops to score more points, seems really good. You pop your Mega March, and you literally just bring more troops with your march every time you swing in. This seems really good for the defense of the Alliance. If you haven't seen, I got a video about that. Card will be up in the top. So from here, we know we've looked in at our talents, we've looked at the headquarters, we've looked at heroes. There are a few other places as well. One of those places is your research. In your research, if you make your way to the military section, you not only can get extra march queues, that's a separate idea, more marches you can have out at a time. You also can get extra troop capacity. In the first level of tech, I picked up another 10K troop capacity, and I scroll way down. There is more troop capacity that I've maxed out, and when I make my way even further down, there's even more. But man, this stuff starts to cost a lot of resources, and I still haven't maxed out my science gear yet. If you don't know what science gear is, let me just show you really quickly. Make my way over to my equipment. I smash the tech tab, and there we go, tech gear. I guess I mispronounced it, but you get the idea. If I brought this up to 5 stars, a lot of the research will be nearly free. At that point, it's just a matter of speed ups, and getting that extra tech could be super legit for my punchiness. And I'll tell you, man, resources, I know they're not the bottleneck at the very start of the game, but I have a suspicion. Oh, do I have a suspicion that that is going to be such a bottleneck for me. Now, if I still haven't convinced you that it's worth it to have extra march capacity in this game, let me just show you really quickly one place where you'll use a larger march, and it'll be really beneficial, is the rare earth field. If you don't have access to this yet, don't worry, you will in the not too distant future, and you occupy pits using your troops. The more troops you have, obviously, the more punchy you are, which means maybe slightly less likely you are to get invaded by another player. You basically become food for fewer players by having more troops in your march, potentially. And if I exit my way out of here, another game mode where this is really important is actually in the arena Commander Dual Conquest. If you have this unlocked, if you go over to your defense, you can give yourself some more troops here. And I do need to take some time looking into what really is the most optimal defense for this. This, I know, is not the best. If you've got some ideas, by the way, leave a comment down below. I suspect I need to switch over to mono troop type. which would emphasize where my other things have all focused, like my tech and my equipment and so on, but that's a topic for another video. One other area, if you are spending in-game, and as a reminder, consider the link in the description, which will take you to the sponsor of today's video, the Amazon Appstore. If you hit the subscribe option, which runs you, I want to say it was like $7 or $10 a week, you can get 3,000 max troop size. That's really not very much, and it's not a permanent boost. I think you're much more interested in the economic aspects of this particular subscription. The rare earth gathering speed and just the general 50% resource gathering speed all the time is actually quite meaningful. So you can get a lot of resources from that. The troop size, it's kind of minimal, but it is a way. You can get a little bit of extra troop size. And I haven't seen a buff. Oh, here it is. Military tactics, increased troop size. You can get a temporary boost. I actually have a couple. I didn't even realize it. 25% expansions are what happen to be in my inventory. Let me know if there are different tiers of this down below. But this is not permanent, so I like to hold on to stuff like this for major fights where I might really need it. The majority of things that you're doing, by the way, do not qualify as a major fight. So I've got 4 of them for whenever that circumstance shows up. If I'm hitting a city, you definitely want to have, I think, that extra troop size to really punch through. To me, that seems fairly logical. However, one other area that I haven't really explored very much because it's just way too far away from me, and as a new player, don't worry about this, but there may be some opportunities in like the super fancy weapon opportunities that you can go and craft here to like get maybe some more March capacity, but I don't actually know for sure how that works. I just have a suspicion that like, oh yeah, okay, well, my suspicion was right. Apex Tesla cannon. I mean, this is a 4-star red quality, whatever that even is. So look, like, don't sweat that as a new player who's looking into a video like this. This is so far away. I'm a little over a month in, and I'm pretty far along. I'm at 43 million power. I got my HQ leveled up pretty nicely to 26. Pretty soon, I'll be unlocking my T9 troops, which I'm really freaking amped about. And I've been enjoying extra troop capacity. I do find that to be helpful for a lot of things in this game. So consider using the link in the description to check out the sponsor of today's video to get a discount on purchases you make if you are going to make any purchases in game. And if you enjoyed the video, throw a like on here and consider subscribing. Until next time, you have fun smashing your enemies.